Now this, officer down. It's the radio call all officers fear.
And tonight, in his first sit-down interview, a Harris County deputy who survived an ambush talks about the night he was shot and why he decided to come back on the job.
Somebody get with him.
Houston, Dallas, Baton Rouge. In 11 months' time, 22 officers were ambushed. 9 were killed. Harris County Precinct 7 Deputy Aldon Clopton is one of the survivors. How many times were you shot?
4.
And where were you hit?
On my left side, near the top, near the bottom.
It happened at this intersection on an April night in 2016. Clopton was helping a rookie deputy with a traffic stop. He was leaning into the passenger side of Deputy Ann Glasgow's patrol car when he felt something.
Didn't know what it was. I initially thought it was, maybe a car drove by and a rock popped up.
It was no rock.
But then I could hear the bullets whizzing by. I mean, literally, and hitting the car.
This surveillance video captures the moment Clopton is hit. You can see him fall into the passenger side as Deputy Glasgow gets out of the driver's side and returns fire.
Went to get my weapon, and then I could feel what I thought was blood, and then I'm radioing out for assistance.
But Deputy Glasgow is first on the radio.
Man down. Back up, please. 3400 Alabama. Man down. Yes, sir. Need a medic. Right now.
Then, a brief exchange between the dispatcher and a wounded Clopton.
My first thought was, let me call my wife.
His wife is a Harris County Sheriff's deputy. In fact, this father of 6 comes from a family of officers.
Dying didn't occur to me. My mind doesn't work that way.
He was conscious while being rushed to Memorial Hermann, but during surgeries, doctors had to remove his gallbladder, part of his intestine, and colon. And he still has 2 bullets left inside him.
One's close to the heart, which they didn't want to remove for that reason. And one's down here, which they think will work itself out.
After grueling rehab, Clopton returned to work 8 months after the shooting. But the gunman has never been found.
I think it was more about the uniform than it was me.
Today, he says he feels almost normal.
Yes.
And has no fear of being back in uniform.
If you're there to really be a public servant, to do the public a service, they don't have a problem with it. There's a small segment that no matter what you do, no matter how they're treated, they've had a bad experience or they just have a bad mindset, and they're going to be there.
The dangers of being a deputy. Now, why he came back to the job, Clopton calmly answered, "This is what I do." So he came back, and he comes from, obviously, an officer family, and they understand.
Spoken like a true man of the law. Surprising, though, there still have been no arrests made.
We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary since he was shot. There is still a $20,000 reward being offered on Crime Stoppers for this shooting.
Let's hope someone comes forward.
Absolutely.
All right.